How to survive Santelmo in the Philippines. It started as a simple road trip. I was heading back home to my province in Quezon, driving through the dark, winding roads of the Sierra Madre Mountains. My phone had no signal, and the only sound was the occasional chirping of insects outside. The night was humid, thick with the scent of damp earth. Then I saw it, a glowing orb of fire floating near the trees. At first, I thought it was just my imagination, maybe even a distant firefly. But the light was too big. It flickered like a flame but floated eerily in the air, as if it was watching me. I gripped the steering wheel tightly. My grandmother once warned me about this, Santelmo. If you ever see it, never acknowledge it. Never follow it. And most importantly, never let it follow you. But it was too late. The moment I sped up, the ball of fire moved alongside my car, matching my speed. I could see it clearly now. It was the size of a human head, burning without smoke, casting eerie shadows on the trees. The road ahead was narrowing, the cliffs steep. If I panicked, I'd crash. My mind raced. How do you escape a Santelmo? My grandmother's voice echoed in my head. It is a lost soul. It feeds on fear. I forced myself to focus. Instead of speeding up, I slowed down, gripping an old amulet, an anting that my grandmother had given me years ago. I whispered a quiet prayer under my breath. The Santelmo circled my car, flickering wildly, as if trying to get my attention. Then it vanished. I let out a shaky breath. Maybe it had lost interest, or so I thought. A few minutes later, my car sputtered to a stop. The dashboard lights flickered, and the engine died. Silence. Then, a tap on my window. I turned my head slowly. Outside, in the darkness, the Santelmo had returned. But this time, it wasn't alone. More orbs appeared, floating closer. And in the center of them, a shadowy figure stood, its face hidden in the flickering light. I couldn't move. The air inside the car grew thick and hot, as if I were trapped inside an oven. Don't run, my grandmother's voice whispered in my head. Respect the spirits, but never invite them in. Heart pounding, I closed my eyes and whispered, "Excuse me. I mean no harm." I didn't beg. I didn't scream. I simply acknowledged their presence without showing fear. The heat lifted. The orbs flickered. Then drifted away, one by one, into the darkness. The car engine roared back to life. I didn't waste a second. I stepped on the gas and never looked back.